Hi guys, I'm back up here with another reading for the collective. Remember, all readings are not for all, they're for some. Take what you need and leave the rest. As well as we got that slot open for personal readings. If you feel guided or interested in purchasing one of those, you can DM me, we can get you set up, come fuck with your girl, okay? As well as drop a comment down below. Love to hear from you guys. It's going to start the discussion. As well as it's going to share these vids, man. Let's get this divine knowledge out here for the collective so we all can get on one accord, okay? So I think that's about it. Not going to be on screen, you know, the regular spill, right? Right, so the message tonight has to do with shadow work, okay? What is shadow work? Before we get into it, I haven't spoke about this topic in a while, so we're going to bring it right back up, okay? So what is shadow work, okay? Shadow work is dealing with your internal demons, dealing with your internal shit, coming into conclusion that everything that's happened in your life so far, it's your fucking fault. It's your fucking fault, right? It's that energy being able to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I fucked up. I need to learn from this. I need to accept the situation and let it go, right? This is that type of energy. Improving, right? The only way to improve, right, is to acknowledge when you fuck up, right? And it's easy to deal with other people. It's easy to distract yourself with other things. It's easy to distract yourself with people, places, and things. But it's fucking hard to deal with yourself. Right? You find your power in the darkness. You come from darkness. Let me repeat. You come from darkness. What do I mean by that? Right? Your power comes from darkness. It comes from over wrestling with your demons, dealing with depression and overcoming that shit, dealing with loneliness, learning how to sit with your fucking self, learning how to be with yourself, learning how to be okay with yourself. And all of that comes from doing the work within, doing that shadow work, right? Because in this spiritual community, everybody talks about namaste. Everybody talks about your light body. Everybody talks about how you have to be so peaceful in the light, remain in the light. Where the light is where your power is. No, motherfucker, no, it's not. It's in the dark. When you're in the light, you get blinded. You can't see. You can't see in the light. But trust and believe. Once you be doing that work, once you do work in the darkness, you'll start to build a flame. Right? You start to build a flame within that space, right? It creates space. It's more like a flashlight, right? You can be overshadowed by the light, right? You can be overshadowed by the light. You can oversee things when it's lighted. Too much light, I guess to say, more like that, right? It's just that type of energy, being able to balance out both your light body and your, I guess, shadow side, your demons, things of that nature, right? Because I feel like right now in these moments in time, everybody thinks it's all about the chakras, the crystals, the Florida water, being so spiritual, being on an alkaline diet, all these things and more, right? And that's what's going to get you closer to God. No. You will remain in the same space that you're in, just with chakras, fucking crystals, and all that other extra shit. Because all that shit is extra. Crystal can't heal you. Crystals can't heal you. You knowing about astrology ain't gonna fucking heal you. Right? This is that type of energy in these moments in time. Knowing what placement the moon's at ain't gonna fucking heal you. Do you even know your fucking purpose? Right? This is that type of energy right now. It's so cool to be fucking spiritual. If you really knew what a spiritual path is, this shit is hell, bro. Metaphorically speaking. Right? This shit is hard. We live in the dark, bro. In the dark ages, bro. We constantly learning. We constantly healing. We're constantly feeling pain and transmuting that shit. Ain't nothing sweet about a spiritual journey. A spiritual path. Ain't nothing sweet about this shit. And motherfuckers is making this shit sweet, like it's sweet. Like D Boom would say, we eat goo. Right? This is that type of energy in these moments in time. It's about understanding the reality of the situation, understanding the reality of where you are in your life right now. It's that type of energy in these moments in time here. I don't give a fuck how many crystals you got, how much sage you have. If you ain't healing yourself, you're going to remain in the same spot. So that being said, if you are codependent on somebody and you go get some Florida water, some fucking crystals, some fucking sage, trying to cleanse yourself, guess what? After it's all said and done, motherfucker, you still going to be needy on somebody. Until you go within and go deal with that. Go ask yourself, why is this happening? And once we go within self, let's say, I go within self. I figure out, it's because I ain't had no father in my life. So I depend on men, look at them as father figures, right? This is that type of energy, but that goes back down to tapping into yourself and seeing the reality of the situation. Or, I got molested when I was young. That's why I can't really, I have a fear of intimacy. Right? We're talking about the real shit. Diving deep into real shit. Really the shit that scares the shit out of you. Because fucking with God really reveals to you how you can you can pull yourself out of hell and back. You can go through hell and back. There we go. God want to reveal to you your strength. How does God reveal to you your strength in your weakest points? Let me say that shit again. How does God reveal your strength in your weakest points? That's how God reveals your motherfucking strength. Right? This is that energy in these moments in time. You cannot be scared of yourself. Too many people are scared of themselves. They're scared to view themselves. They're scared to really accept themselves for who they are. So they rather distract themselves with TikToks, Instagrams, and all this extra shit, right? And I fall victim with the social media shit too, so don't get it twisted now. But there's a moment in your life where you're going to have to get to that point of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. You're going to have to get to a point where you're going to have to surrender to God and the plan that God got for you. There got to be a moment in your life when you decide to not go the same path that you've been going, the same loop, the same path that you've been going through, right? That's been throwing you in, that's been causing you to go insane. It's about you tapping into who you are. How do you tap into who you are? Going in the darkness. Step into the darkness, because your dark side, right? What we're talking about, shadow work, when we say dark side, right? That's where your jewels lie. That's where your wisdom lies. That's where your knowledge lies. That's where your understanding lies, in the dark. You got to understand, man. You got to understand. When you're so in your light source, when you're so in namaste, when you're so in this type of energy, where is there room for God to improve you? Where can God step in and improve you? All your lessons, all your improvement comes from the darkness. It don't come from the light. You really understand who God is in the dark. You don't really understand God in the light. You don't really understand God when it's all good. You understand God when everything's fucked up, all's bad, right? That's when you understand who God is. That's when you understand who you are. Shadow work is so important because it wakes you up to who you are. And right now, in these moments in time, it's a trend to be spiritual. But most of these motherfuckers don't even know what spirituality is. Spirituality is dealing with yourself on a whole different level. Spirituality is dealing with God on a whole different level. Just because you know where the moon is placed at don't mean that you connected, dog. I say that shit again. Just because you know where the moon is set at don't mean that you fucking connected, dog. It all falls down to, where's your relationship with God? Are you on your fucking purpose? Are you doing what God needs you to do? Are you building a tight-knitted relationship with God? Because why? God is fucking you. So that being said, you're making a tight-knit relationship with your motherfucking self. You fucking with yourself on a whole different level. Everybody's in the energy of reaching outside of them, looking for answers outside of them. Motherfucker, the answers are within you. Stop looking outside of yourself and sit down and look within you. Your chaos is your piece of heaven. I say that shit again. Your chaos is your piece of heaven. That's where you find your muse at, through the chaos. Through the chaos. You find your peace in the chaos of yourself. That's when you settle in. That's when you get a couple bumps and bruises, scrapes, and you start to understand your journey. You start to understand your path. You start to put the covenant of God on whatever God is to you. Right? So wrapping this reading up here. The way to find God is through yourself. How do you get to yourself? By taking accountability for your life and diving deep within your darkness. Diving deep within your shadow. And understanding your shadow. And accepting your shadow for what it is. That is what's liberating. What's liberating is that you can sit within chaos and still be still within chaos. And that's practice. You have to practice that. Right? Right. So once again, to wrap this reading up, dive deep within your shadow to find yourself. All right? All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. Remember, all readings are not for all. They're for some. Take what you need and leave the rest. As well as we got that slot open for personal readings if you feel guided or interested in purchasing one of those. You could DM me. We could get you set up. Come fuck with your girl, okay? As well as drop a comment down below. Love to hear from you guys. It's going to start the discussion so we all can get on one accord, okay? As well as let's go share these vids, man. Let's get this divine knowledge out here for the collective so we all can get on one accord, okay? All right, I want you guys to have a good night and bye-bye.